And we are underway in Buffalo. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
His kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake. Allen going to run with it. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
33 yards that time.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
On 1st down, Bullard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Gregory Rousseau able to bring him down. This is 2nd and 8.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and 1.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go, 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 go. Go.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Here we go on 4th down. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
79 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Second down and 4.
Able to get away. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So make it back-to-back sacks, and the second one cost him a couple of points.
And the easy thing is to put this all on the offensive line, but maybe they need to start changing their game planning and their calls. Quicker passes, running plays, especially when you're this deep in your own territory.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Spinning away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
yards there. What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. There's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the 9-yard line.
Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Bucs are able to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game.
16-7.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
The Bills had 8 and 5 to start play, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He finds his man complete. That's Torres. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down and goal to go.
Now Allen. That's caught at the 1. Sets up second and goal.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking in the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
An extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ready, ready.
They go play action here on first down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Bullard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
But remember,
there he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Down pass. Intercepted. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Allen. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Complete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. McPherson's kick is good. And it will push the lead up to 5. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Having only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Tampa Bay.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial.
109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game. I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Has his man. It's Shakir. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll push the lead up to 8.
And whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Sheds off the tackle.
Oh, some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Bullard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers have cut the lead back down to 2. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5.
46-yard line.
Down 80! What is that?
They run it again with Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
To throw, it's Allen. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
2nd and 11. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. To the 40 and no further. The broken tackle, but then the hole closed quickly.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Bucs have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point forthcoming. just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Here's Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Guys, man complete over the middle. It's Warner. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 51 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the fourth. And McPherson on for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Makes the score Bills 34, Buccaneers 33.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. They feel pretty good as a defense.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. Now he's loose again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
makes the score.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. The middle they go. Bullard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep the lead at 8.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. How to approach this? Third down and 16 yards to go. Cook following the penalty. Fights loose. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
A gain of 7.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. The Bills send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. This is 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bullard. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
This Buffalo crowd letting them have it. Third down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Well, you need your best play here, no doubt. Fourth down and 8. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That is incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Here comes second down. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The noise is getting deafening. Here's third down and 3. He's back to throw. And that's taken in by his big tight end.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Now 1st and goal.
Now back to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They're not liking the look. They'll change the play.
And that's caught at the 2. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Stephanie! Cowboy 80! Go!
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to 1-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case,